said I'd fight anybody on God's green earth on the White House card just to get that opportunity to fight in front of my, my hero, Donald Trump, and all the great politicians that I'm friends with up in DC. They're upsetting their hardcore fan base. Whatever, we're just going to throw shit at the wall and we're going to tell everybody it's flaming yawn. It's completely the opposite of what they promised the fans. They said, hey, we're going to give you guys the biggest and best event the UFC's ever had. We're going to put 6 or 7 title fights on this card. Where's the 6 or 7 title fights? And they just had me sitting around for the last 14 months doing nothing. They haven't offered me one fight. Like, they're supposed to be offering me 3 fights a year by contractual law. I'm not trying to get into a suing match or a pissing match, but it's just not fair to me. They're treating me like an employee right now because I tried to go wrestle and do a jiu-jitsu match against Arm and they said no. They're treating me unfairly and I'm sick of it, man. They've done me dirty my whole career, been treated like shit, and I've tried to play the company role, but I'm just over it, man. They're trying to ice me out. It's been 15 months. What do you want me to do? You just want me to sit here and just twiddle my thumbs and play with myself? Like, what the am I supposed to do to earn money, dude? I want to pay my bills, man. I have a lot of bills. It just sucks, man. I feel so disrespected by the company after everything I've done for them. Put my, the company on my back for the events that I promoted, sold out, Madison Square Garden, top 10 gates all time. What I did in Brazil, putting my life on the line for their company to make them money when I was getting paid peanuts, 30 grand when, I made them tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, Hunter's hated me from the start. He's never liked to deal with me, but he's had to deal with me because I was their biggest star in the welterweight division. Dude, it's the most frustrating thing in the world, dude. I get stopped, 10, 20 times a day, every day. People are like, when's your next fight? When's your next fight? Why aren't you fighting? I just think that the UFC, they're checked out, man. They got the $8 billion from Paramount. They don't care about putting on the most best exciting fights. They're getting guaranteed money. So they'd rather stick out a guy out there that's making 10 and 10 than stick a guy out there like me who makes big.
Colby Covington unleashed a scathing tirade against the UFC following his exclusion from the White House card event. In his explosive interview with Submission Radio, Covington accused the promotion of denying him the opportunity to compete on this landmark occasion. The welterweight contender expressed frustration about the financial impact, explaining that without scheduled bouts, he's unable to generate income and is facing monetary difficulties.
Yeah, I didn't really care, to be honest, who it was. Obviously, the Colby fight made sense. And the negotiations were interesting. My communication with the UFC was that they wanted to fight with Colby, and they told me that they offered him the fight, and they told him that, hey, if you want to be on the White House card, you got to fight Bo. And, that's the fight. So they said, basically, you have a choice between being on the White House card and fighting Bo, or you're not on the card. And he decided that he didn't want to, fight me, and it was worth it to him to not be on the cards and not fight me. I think that they definitely could have paid him more money. I don't think they probably were wanting to pay more money. I'm sure for him, he's thinking, all right, I'm probably not going to win this fight. I need to get a payday to make this happen. And so, I'm sure the UFC said, hey, this is your contract. This is what you're getting paid. I doubt they wanted to pay him anymore. And so I understand his position, as a businessman wanting to, get your worth and get your value. I think that at the same time, the opportunity to compete at the White House is something you have to factor in a little bit, maybe.
A quick reminder for viewers to show support by liking this content, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell to expand our reach. Now, returning to the developing story, new information has emerged contradicting Covington's claims about being overlooked for the UFC White House card. During an appearance on the Pound for Pound podcast alongside Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, Bilal Muhammad disclosed that Covington actually declined a proposed matchup against him, which explains his absence from the White House lineup.
What a matchup for the middleweight title.
Fun card, and obviously the main event is the fight that people have been waiting for a long time. Strickland looked incredible in his last performance, and, how much security do you think we're going to need from Chimaev?
Quite a lot, Danny. You need to hire some extra people because Sean Strickland, as we know, the man's a maniac, but he deserves this shot.
UFC CEO Dana White delivered what could be considered the year's most significant announcement on Thursday, unveiling a series of marquee main event matchups extending through the anticipated Freedom Fight 250 spectacle at the White House in Washington, D.C. The crown jewel of these revealed contests is undoubtedly the middleweight championship bout and personal rivalry between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland, set to anchor UFC 328 in Newark, New Jersey.
press conference is going to be at the Lincoln Memorial. The way that the White House is laid out, you got the White House, you got the South Lawn, and then there's a road, and then the Ellipse is a park that's right there. We're going to be ticketing 85,000 people in the Ellipse, and the tickets are free. And we'll announce how we're going to be giving them away soon. You should plan on going to Washington, D.C. for this event. There's going to be all kinds of activations in the Ellipse. There's going to be music, and you can actually sit in the park and watch the fight on the screens, but you'll actually see the whole setup. It's right there. Unique, cool experience for fight fans, a one of one.
85,000 tickets, you're not charging for a single one?
No charge. 85,000 tickets. We'll announce soon how you get them or how you apply for them. And they're all free.
Beyond the highly anticipated 185-pound championship clash, Dana White confirmed 3 additional UFC headliners. The promotion verified that rising featherweight talent Movsar Evloev will face seasoned competitor Arnold Allen on May 16th at the Apex facility, representing a well-earned advancement for Evloev following his 6-fight winning streak, while providing Allen with a quick turnaround after his competitive defeat to Gene Silva. UFC's return to Macau, China on May 30th will feature Song Yadong challenging former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo, with Yadong seeking redemption after falling short against Sean O'Malley at UFC 324, while the 38-year-old Figueiredo faces a crucial contest, having dropped 3 of his last 4 appearances. The final disclosed main event pits Belal Muhammad against Gabriel Bonfim on June 6th in Las Vegas, with Muhammad looking to rebound from consecutive competitive losses to Jack Della Maddalena and Ian Gary that ended his lengthy unbeaten run, while the surging Brazilian Bonfim rides a 4-fight victory streak highlighted by his spectacular knockout of Randy Brown in his maiden main event appearance. White also announced that admission to the White House card will be completely complimentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the White House card? That looks really good.
Yes. I'm excited. It sounds crazy. I know it's going to be very high security and high stress and weird to have a fight at the White House in the middle of a war. But I would hope the war will be sorted out by June, but quite honestly, I'm not confident that that's going to be the case.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so that would be weird.
Yeah.
Having this very high profile event where everybody's in one place at one time right there.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not excited to be
Well,
there?
that seems like
Yeah.
seems like you're asking for.
Holy sh! I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of that at all.
How could you not think of that?
Well, because
Literally
I'm
at
not
the
going to
White
be
House.
there. You're the one that has to think of it. I was just like, this is a great lineup. I look
Yeah.
forward to the fights.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the White House card, Dana would do something and pull John Jones out of the bag.
I was hoping that as well. Yeah, I was hoping that as well. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't happen. I mean, there's John's version, there's the UFC's version. I don't know what was the stumbling block there. Pereira versus John Jones would be the fight. It didn't, a title doesn't mean anything. You could do the BMF heavyweight version.
Joe Rogan has voiced significant apprehensions regarding the upcoming UFC White House event's security arrangements. The longtime commentator expressed concerns about safety protocols, particularly given current international tensions that could potentially affect American territory, following Thursday's FBI warning to California law enforcement about possible Iranian drone attacks on the West Coast as retaliation for recent U.S. military strikes. Rogan, who typically provides commentary for UFC events and is expected to work the White House card, addressed these security issues during his podcast.
What's going on, boys? It's Mighty. Okay, this right here is absolutely bullshit. I just got done doing a Mighty cast with Joshua Vaughn, and this news came to me from the producer. Guys, my black ass is retired. I'm never coming back to compete ever again. If I do, it'll be for IBJJF, and even then, only train 1 day a week. And another thing, shame on the promoter. Shame on the promoter who's out there trying to pitch fights to other athletes when they know my black ass retired. And Muhammad Mokaev, just text me, brother. They lied to you. I just sent you a DM. Get back to me and we'll, let people know who this asshole is who's spreading lies. Also,
Demetrius Johnson has firmly rejected speculation about a potential matchup with Muhammad Mokaev, following Thursday's report from MMA outlet Home of Fight claiming Mokaev had been offered and accepted a bout against Johnson. The former flyweight champion quickly refuted the story, denouncing it as complete nonsense and emphasizing his lack of interest in returning to active competition. Johnson reinforced his position by stating definitively that his fighting career is concluded and he has no intention of making a comeback.
Then we get a call that says, hey, if we can make a fight, you can fight Islam or Gaethje, right? And we actually said, let's take Islam. We'd love to fight Islam because remember, guys, it's not about picking an opponent because one is harder or easier or scared or not scared. Money's involved, and the bigger the fight, the more money it is. And so we wanted to make the most amount of money, right, that we possibly could. So we were focused on getting an Islam fight. So then Wednesday, I got asked, would you guys want to do this or that? And we said absolutely. They gave us a number. We said absolutely not, and then we didn't hear anything after that. The money that was offered was like small. It was more like, if this fight could happen, here's the numbers. Are you guys down for it? And we're like, not at those numbers.
Ilia Topuria's representative Malky Kawa has provided clarification regarding his previous statements about UFC White House negotiations for a potential encounter with Islam Makhachev. Kawa had initially indicated that Team Topuria's request for increased compensation led the UFC to withdraw the offer and instead arranged Topuria's bout with Justin Gaethje.
Ну, не было такого, что слишком жестко обошлись или там несправедливо, такого не было, да?
Не. Я не знаю, почему Дана говорит отрицательно насчет меня, но у меня с ними все хорошо, и никаких там внутренних интриг у меня нету с ними.
Вот, честно говоря, я думал, ты обратишься к Дане, не знаю, в очередной раз, сейчас уже тем более на эмоциях после победы.
А у меня нет нечего к нему обращаться. Во-первых, я с ним не веду переговоры, я веду переговоры с Хантером, и он все бои организовывает, которые я дерусь. Но, наверное, Дана просто дает согласие от боев. Как бы матчмейкер это у нас Шон Шелби, потом идет Хантер, который уже задает. И мне Дане нечего сказать, мне только надо сказать Хантеру, чтобы он мне дал. И мы сегодня утром разговаривали, и он мне сказал приблизительно дату, когда я буду драться.
Kawa has since provided additional context to the negotiation timeline. He revealed that the UFC actually returned with an improved financial proposal, prompting Topuria's camp to once again pursue the Makhachev fight. Only to be informed that Islam was dealing with an injury, Kawa explained that they initially declined both options due to insufficient compensation. But when the UFC presented better terms on Friday, they requested the Makhachev bout and learned about his injury status, leaving Gaethje as the sole available opponent. Arman Tsarukyan appears to have secured a date for his next Octagon appearance after an extended period of uncertainty. While the lightweight contender has been participating in grappling competitions and pursuing outside ventures, he's been awaiting his next official UFC assignment, and despite recent criticism from Dana White regarding his ADCC activities, Tsarukyan maintains he doesn't understand the negative commentary and insists his relationship with the UFC remains positive. Following a recent conversation with matchmaker Hunter Campbell, Tsarukyan confirmed he now has a confirmed date for his upcoming fight.
I don't understand. I did nothing wrong to you. You know that I can't play, I can't run, I can't hang out with friends outside, I can't do a bunch of stuff.
Subsequently, Arman posted a direct message to Dana White on his Instagram account.
One axe kick with Volk and it's game over.
Yeah.
What does that
sure.
mean? What does that mean?
No, I mean if they give me a fight with Volkanovski, I just...
Where did this come from? Where is this talk with Volkanovski come from?
Because he said he would cut to 145.
Yeah, because the division...
You said that to the UFC?
Yeah, because division, there is no big names, and like, if they put me in, like, I'll stay there, do maybe 3-4 fights there, and then go up on my division.
But Armin, you really believe, like, you know, one axe kick?
No, he doesn't believe that.
I do believe
No,
that.
you don't.
Yes, he does. I talked to him about this all night.
Oh, like this.
Hey, listen, I'm going to stick up for my guy Volkanovski here. You know what I'm saying? The man's fight IQ is ridiculous. Diego Lopez couldn't get anywhere near him.
Arman also made an appearance on the Jackson podcast, where he made the bold declaration that he could defeat Alexander Volkanovski with a single axe kick knockout. Here are the internet's top 3 viral memes currently circulating. The third place meme was created and shared by Mark. The second place meme was contributed by Latin Imperial. The top meme was posted by Marcus Cross. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for your daily MMA coverage. We'll see you tomorrow.